holly hanging across the door, neighbors singing tales of yore. It's so close.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Haley's Space, and welcome to Vlogmas for 2025. I am so excited to be back doing Vlogmas this year. Today is the 1st of December, so it is the first day, and I cannot wait to take you along with me through the month of December, show you everything I get up to, everything that I knit on, and just have a fun Christmassy time. If you're new here, hi, I'm Hayley. I'm a first year med student and a knitter from Melbourne, Australia, and I've done Vlogmas for the last 2 years now, and I wanted to make sure I found a way to do Vlogmas again this year, and it's happening. Now usually I do weekly vlogs for Vlogmas, and I'm going to keep doing that again this year. It's just the most sustainable for me, and also the way that I can show you the most entertaining things as opposed to just my boring everyday life. Now last year was a very exciting festive Vlogmas. My partner Callum and I, we went away to America for Christmas, which was so beautiful and so much fun. Definitely go check those vlogs out if you haven't seen them. But this year things are a little bit different. I'm staying at home here in Melbourne, not going away until after Christmas, and my family's coming to visit me this year, which is exciting. So there's going to be some fun things sprinkled in here and there. I will be working though throughout the next 2 weeks-ish, and then when my family gets here I won't be working for the rest of the year, which is really nice. I currently work as a registered nurse. That was what my undergraduate degree was in before starting medicine, so I work casually through a nursing agency, so just pick up shifts whenever they're available and whenever I feel like it, which is really nice. It's such a nice way to work and still be able to use my qualifications. Today, obviously, Monday the 1st of December, it's 8:15 in the morning right now. I did already film this at 7:30 this morning, but that was right when I had just made my coffee, and I think I was still half asleep. I don't remember anything that I said to you then, and I don't think I made much sense. So we're trying this again. I wanted to chat to you just now about my plans for today, because I think it's going to be a fun one. I think it's going to be a nice way to start off Vlogmas. As I said, I work as a nurse, and every year you have to refresh your basic life support CPR training. So at 10:30 I am heading into the city to go do a CPR refresher course. That's due for submission to my agency tomorrow. So we got to get that done today so that I can continue working. But then I figured while we're in the city, we might as well go shopping. And what kind of shopping, you ask? Well, there is a yarn store in the city called Morris & Sons. They have one in Sydney as well. And it is such a beautiful, beautiful yarn store. So we're heading there today because I need to buy some yarn. Again, I'll talk more about my projects a little bit later, but this is the yarn I need to buy today. Rowan Felted Tweed. Beautiful navy blue colour with these flecks in it. This is colour number 170. And I'm using this to make a Weasley sweater, and that has been a whip for a while. And I need, I think, maybe 2 balls to finish off the body. This ball is going to be used for the sleeve and also part of the body. And then we'll be done with this sweater. So yeah, I'm going to grab some of that. And then I lost my darning needle the other day. I have only ever bought plastic ones from Spotlight, and I've either broken them or lost them. And so I thought today, why don't I treat myself to a bit of a nicer darning needle, maybe a metal one, or just like one that's better quality that I can really look after. So that is also on the shopping list. And then of course we're going to have a peruse for some other yarns and bits and bobs here and there. I do have a Christmas gift in mind that I don't think I really have the yarn for. So I'm thinking of buying just a small skein of, I don't know, maybe a DK, I think, for a mittens project. Yeah, I'm going to grab some yarn for that. And then I figured while we're there, there is a really big Dimmix downstairs from Morris & Sons. So we'll go check out some of the books, do some book shopping maybe. And then I also need to get a Secret Santa gift for my family's Secret Santa. We're not doing big gifts this year, especially on my side of the family. Most of us are kind of in this stage of our lives where we're all kind of moving around. My partner Callum and I, we lived in a 2-bedroom townhouse last year, and we both had to downsize. I'm now in student accommodation and he is living on base. He's in the army, so he's living on base, and he's going to change posting again next year anyway, so we don't want any stuff for Christmas. My parents have just moved out of their house to live with my nan, so they don't want any more stuff. They're trying to get rid of stuff. And my brother also moved to uni student accommodation this year, but he has to move out of it for the summer holidays. So we're all kind of around and moving. So we ended up deciding on doing a Secret Santa. So I need to get some gifts for that as well. So we'll have a look and see what I can find. And then this evening I have a workout class, which I think I'm going to tell you a little bit more about later on as well, because that does consume quite a bit of my time, and it's just like part of my life at the moment is these classes that I do in the evenings, and it requires a bit of train travel, so a bit of train knitting as well. So yeah, that's kind of the plan for today. I figure we'll go get a Christmas coffee from Starbucks. I haven't had any of the Christmas coffees yet, so we'll get one of those and then we'll just peruse around the city. Now, in terms of my uni exam results, I've spoken about this a few times, I won't harp on too much, but I am waiting for my exam results to come out. Could come out today, tomorrow, or Wednesday. They gave us the 2nd of December as kind of like the date that they're aiming for, but of course there's no promises, so it could be sooner, it could be later, we don't really know, but there's a lot riding on these results. It will kind of dictate on whether I need to sit an extra exam or not next week, so I will keep you guys in the loop about that. If I suddenly have to start studying again, these vlogs will look a little bit different. But for now, we're just chilling. We're just relaxing. We're not focusing on it too much. I will show you a knitting project just quickly though, because I did work yesterday. I did an evening shift. So those are from 1:30 until 10 p.m. But I was a 1-to-1 patient observer sitter yesterday. So sometimes some patients, if they're confused or if they're a danger to themselves or others, they require a one-on-one person to sit with them, and that was me yesterday. And my patient kind of slept the whole time, didn't really do too much, so I managed to get some knitting done whilst I was there, keeping them company. And here is where we're at. This is a Christmas gift knit, which you will not have seen. I cast this on a couple of days ago, and this is my first ever Musselburgh hat. And we're almost at the point where I'm going to start the decreases. This is a hat that you knit. You increase at the crown, then you knit in a tube, and then you decrease at the other end, and then you fold it in on itself. And this yarn is Bendigo Woolen Mills Villa, which is 100% wool DK, I believe, in this really cool kind of variegated blue color. It has striped, which I think is fine. This is intended to be a skiing beanie for the person I'm gifting it to, so I'm hoping they don't mind the rusticness of it with the striping. But this yarn is super warm, super toasty. It's very loosely spun yarn. I'll see if I can show you that. And it's very light, very airy, but it makes a really warm fabric. So yeah, I started the shift with about that much on the beanie, and that's where we got. So yeah, that's kind of the main whip at the moment. I think I could probably finish this one today. It's kind of the plan, and that would be awesome. That's that project. I of course will take you through all of the Christmas gift knits and plans and things a little bit later once I'm ready for the day. But that's what's going on. Yeah. As for the rest of this week, I am rostered to work. With my agency though, sometimes the hospitals don't actually need you on that day. So you may have booked a shift, but you find out a couple hours beforehand whether or not the hospital actually needs you and where you actually are going, like what ward. I have some night shifts booked, I think tomorrow night and Wednesday night. So we'll just see if they actually go ahead. I of course will keep you guys in the loop on whether or not they happen. But night shift is good because I often get some knitting time, which is really good. And you guys will have seen some of that in previous vlogmases as well. This weekend is the Australian Tattoo Expo, and Callum and I will be going to that. We're having a little staycation. We haven't seen each other for a couple weeks just because we've both been so busy. I had exams and he's a pilot, and in this stage of training he's trying to finish up his hours, like the requirement for his flying hours for this year. He's got some exams and things coming up, so we've both been really busy and haven't been able to see each other, which has been really unfortunate. But yeah, we're having a staycation in the city this weekend and going to the Tattoo Expo and hopefully going out for a nice dinner as well. So I'll take you guys along for some of that. I have booked in for a tattoo on the Sunday for 2 tattoos with one artist, and then he said that he could do another flash tattoo that day as well, but there's a couple artists coming in from overseas for the expo, so I'm thinking I might get some flash done from them, but we'll see. I won't tell you what the tattoos are. I'll try my best to keep it a secret, and of course I'll take you guys along with me for that as well. But yeah, I hope you're excited to join me for December. I know that this time of year can be a little bit overwhelming on YouTube with everyone's Vlogmas and Christmas content. So I appreciate you so much if you choose to spend any part of your December with me, whether that's 5 minutes of one episode or every second of every episode. I see you, I appreciate you, thank you so much. And I just hope that you enjoy it as much as I enjoy filming it. Let me know if you guys are doing anything fun and festive this month. I'd love to hear what your Christmas plans sound like. But with that being said, I think we're going to get on with the day. I'm going to have to tidy up my apartment now. As Laura Penrose says, do something for your future self. I think future Hayley will definitely appreciate if I actually put away my laundry and do my dishes. Hope you're just as excited as I am, because I am so pumped for Vlogmas and for Christmas. Okay, let's get into it. Play the Christmas music.
Silent night, I only have one wish for the shooting star. Holy night, send me someone to love so I can hold their hand while we're ice skating around the tree in Central Park. Kiss them under the mistletoe. Oh, I want a Christmas kind of spark. Santa Claus, do you know Cupid sent his arrow straight to my heart? I wanna fall in love this Christmas. Santa, that would be the greatest gift of all.
Hello. I'm in Morris and Sons, so it's a little bit loud. I'm gonna try and make sure I'm focused. I have my coffee, but I don't think they have the colour of the felted tweed that I need, which is fine. I'm gonna ask and we'll just see. But yeah, I don't think they have it. They have some other blues, but not the one that I need. This one's really pretty. It's like a purpley blue. It's looking a little bit darker in the camera, but yeah, they're really pretty, but I don't think they have 170. I think we'll just have a general look around now, see what there is, and then ask and see if they have any of the 170 and cross our fingers.
And all my favorite things come in sets of 2. So does love. Send me someone I can talk to. We'll share stories of our childhood memories of Christmas past. Chestnuts on an open fire and another log to make it last.
I'm literally the biggest liar. It was here in front of me this entire time. Looked like less blue in person. It looks really grey in this light, and I'm also worried now that the dye lots aren't going to match, and that's why it looks so different. Obviously it's been a long time since I bought this yarn. I think I bought this Christmas. Yeah, it was Christmas last year. So this time last year, at the start of Vlogmas, I bought the Rowan Felted Tweed. So the dye lots are going to be so different, but they do have it. I think we might be okay with just 2. I think that might get us to the end of the body. I mean, I live in the city now, so it's super easy for me to come back if I work on this over the next 2 weeks and I do end up running out. I don't need much of the last ball that I have at home for the sleeve. I won't even use half of it, maybe a quarter. So I'm thinking maybe 2 will be okay. I literally can't believe that that was right in front of my face. Okay, it's in my basket. Now, I did pick up some of the West Yorkshire spinners, and I'm just not sure if I want to use this for a gift knit or something for myself. So I'm worried that I'm gonna buy yarn and then be like, oh, I'll gift knit with that, and then I'll just end up using it for me. So I'm like, if I'm just gonna use it for me, should I just pick a color that I like? I'm still looking around, still seeing if there's anything else that kind of is jumping out at me for this gift. But I also picked up some of the Rowan Kid Haze, and I'm between these 2 colors. This is also for a gift knit. This is for a pair of penny gloves for Secret Santa. And the yarn I have is my Casca, which is like a pink. I'll show you when I get home later, but it's a pink kind of variegated yarn. And I'm just not sure if I want to highlight more of the pink or like more of the paler white in it. Like, do I want to darken up the yarn or lighten it? And I'm just not too sure. So I was like, I'll put them in my basket and we'll sit on it and we'll see how we feel. So that's where we're at right now. I'm gonna keep walking around. I'm literally just taking my time. It's so nice to just wander around and have a think and a look. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep hovering. I might go sit down again in a little bit and debate between all of these choices.
Santa Claus, do you know Cupid sent his arrow straight to my heart, a waterfall in love this Christmas? Santa, that would be the greatest gift of all. Send me an extra stocking to hang next to me on the wall. Santa, send me your love for Christmas, and that would be the greatest gift of all. Send me your love for Christmas, that would be the greatest gift to Santa.
Okay, my results have just come out. I had a feeling it was going to happen today. Yeah, we're going to open it and we're going to see what they say. My heart is beating so fast. Hi.
Hi.
I haven't opened them yet. I don't want to look. It's loading. I passed. My combined score means that I passed. Hello, I'm back and I'm going to show you some yarn. I went to Morris & Sons. It was so lovely. Well, first I had my CPR training course, which was fine. It's just one of those things that you have to make sure is signed off, obviously. But it's just, it takes a while. It was my first time actually practicing on a baby mannequin before, because at work at the hospital, they, like when you do your BLS training, your basic life support training, I've never been taught on a baby mannequin, so it was good to get that practice in at least. So that was a good part of it. But yeah, then I got my gingerbread latte from Starbucks, a hot gingerbread latte. That is my favorite Christmas drink from Starbucks, so I'm so glad that I was finally able to get one. Absolutely knocked it back. It was so good, and I needed a coffee too. But yeah, I did that whilst I was at Morris & Sons. I love it there. I truly, truly love it there. They have ball winders and swifts. And I asked the lady at the desk if I could bring some yarn in to wind up for myself. And she said it's mainly there for people who have just bought yarn and want to wind it up before they go. But she said we don't police it. So if you come in and you ask to wind some yarn up, like they can't really say no kind of thing. But she said if people are waiting for it and they have bought yarn, they kind of take priority, which I completely understand. But I do have a couple skeins that I'm looking to knit with this month that I would like to wind up. I'll get a Swift eventually, but not on the cards for right now. But yes, the yarn I bought 2 balls of the Rowan felted tweed. Can you see how it looks way more blue in my apartment versus in the store? I don't know if it looks much different for you, but for me, it looks so much bluer here at home. So yeah, I got 2 balls of that, and I think that should be enough. So that's going to go with the sweater over there. I was tossing up between some yarns for some DK mittens for a Christmas gift knit. And I did have the West Yorkshire spinners in my basket for a little while, but I think I'm going to save that for a dream project. I'd love to make a sweater with the blue, is it Blue Face Leicester DK by West Yorkshire Spinners. I really want to work with that yarn, but I think I'll make a sweater with it. So we ended up getting the Morris & Sons Empire 8 ply in this grey colour, which I absolutely love. This is the colour 867 School is the name of the colour. And yeah, it's just this kind of dark heathered grey almost with a little bit of a blue undertone. I love it. And I think this is the perfect yarn for the person I'm knitting it for. It's 100% Australian Superfine Merino 8 ply. The last bit of yarn that I bought was from Rowan again. This is the Rowan Kid Silk Haze, which is 70% mohair, 30% silk. This is the colour 653. It's this gorgeous pink, like light mauve pink sort of. It's a little bit purple. And I have a use for this. I am going to hold it with my Casca, which I think I said before, to make a pair of penny gloves for a Christmas gift knit. And I decided to go with the one that was, I guess, a little more pink. I think this was the darker one of the two. I just feel like it's just going to tone the crazy colours. I say crazy colours. I think it's just going to tone it down a little bit and just kind of bring more balance to this yarn. So I'm really excited to see how they knit up together as a gift. And then I did get some darning needles. These are the Clover darning needle sets. It comes with 3 needles and a little case, which is great. So as long as I put the needles back in this case, it's impossible to lose them. So yeah, that's everything I bought at Morris & Sons. I really enjoyed it there. I spent a long time in there. I did then go down to Dimmicks and I did see the copy of Brimstone that I wanted to get. I spoke about that in my most recent podcast. I'll link that below in case you missed it. But I have the Silver Sprayed Edges edition of Quicksilver and I wanted to get the matching one of Brimstone. But it was about $55 in Dimmicks. So I was planning on going to Kmart to see if they have it there for cheaper. But I stumbled upon TK Maxx on the way and I ended up spending most of my time there. And then I found out our exam results had come out. So I just came straight home. But from TK Maxx, I did end up getting some shoes. I got these white platform sneakers. These are by Puma. And these were only $60, I think, which is fantastic. I wanted to buy new sneakers anyway, especially before Callum and I go away on holiday. I wear my shoes down so quickly. I don't understand what it is about me and why I'm like so different compared to everybody else, but my shoes don't last ever. I don't know what's wrong with my feet. But anyway, my shoes were a bit busted. So we got these new ones. I'm really excited about these. And then this morning I was packing my handbag before I left and I realized that my handbag was way too big and I didn't want to take a massive handbag today and lug that around. And then my only other handbag was really small. It's one of those cute little clutchy ones. So I was like, oh, I'll have a look at the handbags, see if there's a medium-sized handbag there that I can grab, especially for when we go away on holiday. And there was this black bag here, which I absolutely love. It's so simple, and that's what I like. Simple but effective. I have no idea what brand this is. It doesn't have a brand name on it. I think that's why it was so cheap. It was $40. Yeah, so really happy with that. Comes with a long strap as well. And yeah, I just think that is the perfect size bag. I can fit a project in there. You know, a little sock project for on the go. So yeah, that's everything I bought this morning before I came home and had a roller coaster of emotions. Now, I'm going to head off in a minute to go to my workout class, but I wanted to tell you a little bit about it. I've been doing this particular thing for almost 2 years now, and it's a really big part of my life that I think for some people is quite taboo, but I want to be open about it and share it because I really enjoy it. And I spend most days doing this activity, and that's pole dancing. That's kind of what I do for exercise at the moment. I've tried many things in the past. You know, I've run half marathons. I love swimming, but never find the motivation to actually go to the pool. I've done weightlifting a lot in the past. I got into that through COVID and really enjoyed that for a long time. But I have always loved dance, even though I never did it as a kid. I never did ballet or hip hop or jazz or anything like that. I was never a dancer. But I do love dance, and I guess specifically musical theatre and just like being theatrical. And through pole, which was something that I had wanted to try for ever and ever and ever, through pole I found a way to learn how to dance or express myself in that way that was a lot less overwhelming. I feel like adult dance can be a bit scary. Like if I wanted to try a hip hop class, I think I would find it really difficult to find somewhere that would teach adult hip hop to complete beginners, you know what I mean? I know they do exist, studios like that do exist, but pole dance for me was a way for me to get strong and get fit whilst also learning a little bit about dance and self-expression. So yeah, that is when I say I'm going to a workout class anytime over the last 2 years, then that's what I've been doing. And I absolutely love it. Love it to pieces. I have competed a little bit now in pole dancing. I'm hoping to compete even more next year. I have some competitions that I have applied for and hopefully have lined up. Speaking of, I need to submit an audition video before I leave. But yeah, so I don't think I won't be showing any of that on here, specifically because our studio is kind of, it's women's only, and it's very much a safe space for a lot of people, for them to kind of express themselves and step into a different side of themselves safely and privately. So I won't be sharing too much, if any, of that on here, but yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know. If you do pole, let me know. It is quite popular. There's people everywhere who do pole dancing. I'm very grateful to all of the pole dancers and strippers who came before me, who have allowed, you know, all of us to pursue pole dance in this way. I don't think there's any reason for it to be a taboo subject. It's a fantastic way to get fit, fantastic way to get really strong as well, really quickly. And my core strength has never been this amazing, even when I was weightlifting. So if you're looking for a fun way to get fit and just have a good time, definitely check out pole dancing, especially if you've been thinking about it. It was the best thing I did, was fulfilling that New Year's resolution in 2024. Yeah, last year. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. This chat was way longer than I thought it was going to be. I do need to pop to the post office before I go, but then yeah, we're off to pole tonight. I do my tricks classes on Monday nights as well as a dance class, and there's also practice time on Mondays. So I do spend quite a few hours at the studio on Mondays, but hopefully we'll get home and be able to do some knitting this evening. If I don't speak to you tonight, thank you so much for joining me so far on this first episode. I feel like I'm going to have to cut quite a bit out of episode 1. I forget how much I enjoy talking and showing you guys things, that then the vlogs end up being super duper long. So I think the next couple of days will be a little bit boring though, so hopefully it'll balance out in the end. But yeah, if I don't speak to you tonight, thank you so much for joining me, and I will chat to you tomorrow. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Tuesday. It is 10 to 1 in the afternoon, and I've spent the morning kind of chilling, kind of not. I am relaxed now. I'm chilling now. you would have seen yesterday I received my exam results, and initially I was elated because I passed both of my finals, which was really good. And one of the finals that I did, that score got combined with a mid-year exam, and that combined score added up to a pass. So I was super, super happy about that and felt really, really good. Had a little bit of a cry. I was on the phone with Callum, and yeah, it was feeling amazing. And then I received an automated email from the uni saying that because of my failed exam earlier in the year, I need to sit another one to make up that 1%. And that kind of shattered me again. I was like, oh, I thought they said that I wouldn't have to do it if my score was good enough. And Callum was like, it's an automated email, just get in touch with your student advisor person and talk to the faculty. So yeah, I sent them an email, and I received an email this morning from her saying, yep, you're right, you don't need to sit another written exam. We're happy with your performance. That's it. So all said and done, I have passed, and we're moving on to year 2. I'm so happy. It's such a relief, really. It was such a weight lift off my shoulders yesterday. Of course, if I had to redo the year, it would not have been the end of the world, and I would have made it happen and made it work, and I would have survived. But knowing that I just get to move on now and leave this year behind, I'm feeling really, really happy. So this morning I was a little bit anxious, waiting to hear her response. So I spent the morning editing yesterday's footage, which is already over half an hour long. Day 1 of Vlogmas is always just one of those days where I film everything and I get excited, which is totally fair. So I hope you enjoyed yesterday's adventures. But yeah, I spent the morning doing that, and then after receiving that email, I finally got up and got ready for the day, and I have been doing some knitting whilst watching Laura Penrose's first episode of Vlogmas, which got released this morning. But I will show you what I've been working on, because it is the gift knit that I was talking to you about yesterday. These are what I'm thinking are going to be penny gloves, maybe like penny gloves morphed into Vienna mittens, just not actually following the pattern, just me making it up. But we'll see. I feel like I can just fudge the Vienna mitts from the penny glove pattern, if that makes sense. I don't really feel like buying a whole new pattern. Anyway, this is what we've got so far. This is the Casca with the Rowan Kid Hayes combined, and I love them. I think they're so fun. I think the person I'm making them for will like them, I hope, and they're so toasty warm. I love the penny gloves. I love the rolled cast on. I love the stockinette. I just think they're so just classy and elegant as well for a pair of gloves or mittens. And yeah, really, really happy with these. I'm really happy with my combination, my choice of the colour for Kid Hayes. I think it is effective in doing what I wanted it to do, which was just like have something to tie all of the pink colours together. So yeah, really, really happy with that combo. And I'm already keen to cast on something else, because I also finished my first muscle bra hat this morning. It is currently drying. I think I'm just going to show you anyway. It is still wet, of course, so take that into account. But here we are. This is the whole thing. I cast this off this morning and then blocked it. And I'm really happy with it. I think after blocking it has grown a little bit, which is nice. I was worried that it was looking a little bit small, but she has grown and bloomed beautifully. This yarn has come together so nicely. I love it. The fabric is gorgeous. Otherwise, yeah, super simple pattern, and I'm keen to make another muscle bra. Yesterday at Morris & Sons, I was looking at some red Kid Silk Haze to hold with a red yarn that I got from the sheep show to make myself a muscle bra hat. I talked about it in my podcast episode. I want to make a muscle bra hat for myself in the Colorado Avalanche colors. That's my hockey team in the NHL, and hopefully we're going to go see a game in the new year. So I wanted to knit a hat for that. But I was looking at some of the Kid Silk Haze, and there was a burgundy colorway, and I just thought that would be so nice with this, and it would bring the contrast down between the white and the red. It looks a little orange on camera, but I promise you it is red. It's like a blood red. And I just thought a burgundy fluff with this would tone down the contrast and make it more Avs colors as well, because Avs are like a burgundy sort of color, then blue and white, whereas this is very red. We'll see. My mojo is here in full force, and I have nothing else to do now except knit, go to pole, and spend time with family and friends. Like, I'm free. You know, I'm free from the chains of first year med. So now I can just do what I want. So I can cast on all the projects, which is really exciting. Yeah, I'm just excited. I want to knit all the things. So much to knit, such little time. Still don't know if I'm working tonight or not, but we'll see. If I am, that'll be wonderful, because then I'll get some knitting time and I have the perfect stockinette project for that. I really, really love this kid silk, actually. I think I'm going to have to make some of these mitts for myself. Alright, that is me for today. I am going to finish watching Vlogmas episode 1 from Laura Penrose and then see if anyone else has uploaded a cheeky little Vlogmas this morning. Alright, let's get knitting. Tams. So this is the Mary Margaret tam.
The girls and I at work are obsessed with this thing. Have you heard the Coldplay thing? And I was like, no, I was in another universe.
I don't know if you saw.
For 40 hours.
Hi. It is just gone 5 p.m. now, and I just got a message from my agency saying that my shift is confirmed tonight starting 9 p.m. So I thought I'd give you a little update on the knitting I've been doing today, and then I'm going to have a little bit of a nap, I think. I'm feeling tired. All I've done today is knit, really. I went and got some groceries and then I FaceTimed Callum for a little bit. He had a flight this morning, so he was up in the air this morning for his first instrument navigation flight. Up until now he's been doing visual flying, which means that he uses landmarks that he can see out of the window on the ground or in front of him to navigate and fly that way. Whereas this time what he's been training for is instrument flying, so he can use the instruments to help navigate, which means that he can fly in clouds now. Today was the first time that he flew through a cloud, which is super exciting. It's one of those things that you're like, oh, planes fly through clouds all the time, but when you're learning, I guess it's very different. And he said it's a very different feeling, and you can really tell how it affects the aircraft. So it was really cool to hear about his time flying today. And Melbourne weather sucks, so with visual flying it's really difficult to manage with the weather. If it's too cloudy, you can't go up at all. But with instrument flying, you can go up even when it's cloudy. So now there's no real weather limitation for him at all whatsoever, which means he can get through his flying hours a lot easier and a lot quicker, hopefully. He's flying every day for this week, he said, so that's super exciting for him as well. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing today. I will show you my penny glove, because we've done quite a bit. So I finished up the arm, I did all the increases, and now we have split the stitches for the thumb, and I've started working on the main hand portion. And I'm really liking how it's looking, and I'm loving the fabric that's being made with the mohair. It's so incredibly soft and so toasty warm, and I think that the person I'm gifting this to will really like these colours and this pattern that it's making. I do like the striping. I think it's nice and fun, and as I said, I think the person I'm gifting this to will really like that as well. I'm really enjoying knitting with the Rowan Kid Hayes. I really am a fan of this. It's super duper soft, and I think I want to get some of this to hold with some other of my 4-ply yarns to make more gloves and mittens. I think this is just so perfect for just a simple mitten pattern, and I think will be super easy to fudge as well to make a full mitten. I think for these ones I'm gonna just do penny gloves. I think I'm just gonna do fingerless mitts, but I will hopefully, if I have time over the next couple weeks, make some actual covered mittens as well. If I could make mittens for everybody for Christmas, I would, because I love doing it. But we'll see how much time I have. But also I think if I was to knit up a sweater that required a mohair, or I wanted to knit with a mohair, I would definitely go with the Kid Silk from Rowan. I really am a huge fan. Then also just now I bound off my Quilty Cabin socks. I cannot remember who wrote this pattern, but I'll link all the patterns and everything I mentioned down below. But I also showed these in my most recent podcast. This is the pattern. It's got these quilted stars on the leg. I did a 2x2 rib on the cuff and then contrast heels and toes. And yeah, I just bound off the Kitchener stitch on the toe there. So now I'm going to block this sock, and I have cast on the second one. I'm doing a mismatched sock situation. So one sock is in all blue with yellow as the contrast. The blue is Drops Fable, the yellow is Bendigo Woolen Mills, just their sock 4-ply in the colour Honey. And so for the second sock I'm doing the main colour in Honey, so the leg and everything, and then the contrast colour I'm going to do in the Drops Fable, which I just think will look so fun having a little mismatched sock pair. I'm going to block this sock now and hang it up to dry with the beanie that's still drying, the Musselburgh hat. And then yeah, I think I might get into bed for a little bit. I might not sleep. I tend to just lay there. Sometimes I might go on my phone or watch a video. I might knit, but just the feeling of being in bed and just resting will hopefully rejuvenate me and give me some more energy. And then I'll probably have to leave here around 8 PM to get to work on time. That's the plan. Block the sock and knit in bed. Sounds like a perfect evening to me.
Snowflakes and streetlights and covered trees. Kids like this stuff when it's up to their knees. Time seems to freeze. The smell of what's cooking, a chill in the air. There's wood in the fireplace and music in the air. I can't find a care. The shoppers and workers all bustle about, and people say out loud, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. The best time of the year. Presents are wrapped up and loved ones are near. Stockings are hung with the names we hold dear. I'm so glad you're here. The babies are sleeping so deep and so sound, and old folks say out loud, Merry Christmas.
Good morning, happy Friday. It's about 9:45 on Friday morning, and I've just got home from a lovely walk in the park. I've made myself a cheesy croissant for breakfast. I've got my coffee, and I thought it's the perfect time to sit down and have a little chit chat, because the last time I spoke to you was Tuesday, I think, before I went to work. Now, I did do 2 night shifts this week, the Tuesday night and also Wednesday night as well. So I slept during the day on Wednesday and also yesterday. Yesterday, though, I only slept for like 4 hours. I find that after the last night shift, that following day, I'll sleep until about lunchtime. And then I'll wake up, try and have a relatively normal afternoon, and then try and go to sleep at normal time. So 10, 11 o'clock at night. And that kind of helps me reset back to daytime, kind of. Most of the time the following day after that, so today for me, I feel like shit because I should be sleeping at this time, so my body is really confused trying to keep up. And yeah, we don't feel super flash today. I definitely feel like sluggish. It almost feels like you're moving through water a little bit. like thick water. That's kind of how I can describe it. It's that brain fog. So nothing too heavy on the cards for today. Really, really chill vibes. I'm at home all day, which is so nice. So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. I did do some knitting on my night shifts, and I have a fair amount to update you on. I think I showed you some of the things, but first and foremost, I did block my quilty cabin sock, and I'm really, really happy with how this looks blocked. You can see the lines from my magic loop. I knit all my socks on magic loop, by the way. And usually you can't see these lines, but I don't know, maybe it's something to do with the lighting or the yarn. I'm obviously not fast when it's on my foot. It doesn't matter. But yeah, that's the quilty cabin sock, and I haven't done anything on the second sock yet. It's still just that cast on row that I showed you last time. And my Musselburgh hat that I'm gifting for Christmas, I finished blocking this, and this is it. It's super, super nice. I'm super happy with it. It looks really good on too. I'm kind of jealous of the person I'm gifting this to. But it's super thick and lovely, and I think I have enough of the blue yarn to make another one. So I think if I want one in the future, I can definitely make one. But the main thing that I worked on were my penny gloves, which are now finished. I think if I wasn't working, I definitely would have finished these in a day and a half, maybe a day. But we did get them done. I finished these yesterday and blocked them. Yesterday? Did I block them yesterday? Or did I finish these on Wednesday? And then I think I blocked them before I went to work. And now they are dry. And I love them. They look like, it makes me think of pink sand, which is perfect for who I'm gifting this to. Really, really love these. They're so warm and toasty. So definitely can't be wearing those nowadays. But yeah, I'm really happy with these, and I can't wait to wrap them and gift them. I'm gonna need to go and buy some more things for the Secret Santa gift. I'm thinking of doing like a little hamper, kind of inspired by Laura Penrose actually. Laura, her sister, and her mum do like a Christmas gift exchange crafternoon thing every year, and this year they did like self-care as the theme, and I was thinking it would be definitely a good idea to do like a little self-care bag or hamper for this person. Maybe some chocolate, maybe like some nice bubble bath or like shower things. Maybe we'll pop to Lush, maybe a candle. There is a price cap of $40, so I might pop to TK Maxx to see what I can find in terms of filling up that hamper and that gift basket. But I think they'll really like it. So yeah, really happy with those little gloves. And then I did include a little snippet of me working on my Sophie shawl at work the other night, but I just haven't been reaching for this. This has kind of been lower down on the priority list, but here we are. We're almost at the number of stitches that I need when I can just knit straight, but loving it. I am going to run out of this white yarn, I believe. So my plan is to do half in this white and then half in a tan brown color that I have in the same yarn. I'll show you. So this is the colorway Sand in the Bendigo Woolen Mills filler. So I'm thinking of doing the other half in that. So it's a half-half shawl. So that was kind of mainly all the knitting that I've done, except for this, which I cast on yesterday afternoon, I think, after I woke up. And these are my mittens that are another Christmas gift knit. I was originally going to do the Autumn Cable Mitts by Strixoff, but my Ravelry won't let me pay for patterns. Or maybe it's my PayPal, I'm not sure. If you've had this problem before, let me know how you fixed it, but it's been going on for months. If I have to buy a pattern through Ravelry, it takes me to PayPal. Then I choose pay by card as a guest, and it won't let me pay for it. No matter how much money I have in my account, no matter like different browsers that I try to use, it keeps saying my PayPal payment was rejected and didn't go through. So I haven't been able to buy patterns. So I tried to find a different pattern that I could use, whether paid or free, and I found a free one, and it's called the Severn Side Mitts by Annabelle Williams, and this is a free pattern, and it's another cable knit pattern in DK using a 3mm needle, which is what I have. And yeah, it has a similar vibe to the Autumn Cable Mitts by Strixoff. I just can access it. So yeah, that's what we started working on. Now I cast it on in the Morris & Sons Empire, and this is the DK 8-ply in the colour School. And we have half of the ribbing. Now I say half because in the pattern it has a folded over ribbed cuff. I'm leaning towards doing the folded over one because A, that's super warm and cozy and looks really cute, but also B, it can then be unfolded and tucked really far under like coat sleeves and stuff and jumper sleeves, which this person definitely needs in the climate that they live in. So yeah, halfway through the ribbing then I will work on the other half just now after breakfast. And then yeah, we start working on the cable section. So yeah, that's the knitting update. Again, it's Friday, nothing planned for today except for knitting. There is hockey on, hence the merch. Hockey on at 11, and then there's also FP1 of Abu Dhabi, which is the Formula One. It's the final race of the season, and it's also the championship decider. I'm not going to talk too much about it. I have a lot of feelings about McLaren now, and Oscar. I think a lot of people feel a very similar way to me. Just very disappointed, very let down, quite heartbroken. In fact, actually very upset for Oscar, and truly believe he deserved better this season. But what can you do? Hopefully next year he comes back fighting bigger and better than ever, depending on what happens this weekend. I'm still holding out for the best. I'm still hoping for the best. I spoke to my dad this morning. He was like, nah, you got false hope. Just give up now. I was like, no, Dad, I will never give up. But Oscar is not driving in FP1 tonight. I think their reserve driver is driving for them today. So I probably won't end up watching FP1 tonight. But yeah, that's today. Then for the rest of the weekend, tomorrow is Callum and I's little staycation in the city. I will take you guys along with me because we are going to the tattoo expo. I had my last little chit chat with my artist yesterday. I don't know what he has created for me yet. I've just given him some inspo pictures and the vibe, and said, you know, I like your style, so go ahead and do your thing, basically. And I'm really excited. That's the plan for the rest of this vlog. It is quite a long one. I'm thinking it's probably going to be just over an hour, so I hope that's okay. There's a little bit less planned next week, I think, so it might be a bit shorter next week. But regardless, I hope you're having a good time. I hope you're enjoying the vlogmas content so far for this year. I'm going to eat my croissant now. I think it's a little bit cold. And then I'm going to do some knitting because I've got nothing else to do, and wait for the hockey to start. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Sunday. It is 5 p.m. now on Sunday, and I just got home from the tattoo expo. I had the most wonderful weekend this weekend. I didn't chat much. Cal and I were kind of just enjoying our time together and really just cherishing the time that we get to spend together, because it is kind of rare. So it's nice to just be in the moment together. And also I left my camera at home, so all of the footage from this weekend was filmed on my phone. I apologize if it looked like I was filming in a toilet. But yes, I'm home now. I can't remember when I last spoke to you, but I think I did update you on all of the knits and everything, and nothing's really changed since then except for one thing, which I can tell you about quickly now. I did cast on the gift knitted mittens with the Morris & Sons Empire 8 ply, and originally I was gonna do, I can't remember the name of the pattern, but there was a different cable pattern that I was going to do, and it just wasn't that intuitive. I actually wasn't enjoying it at all whatsoever, so I decided to switch it up, and I found a chart for a Celtic knot cable online, and I've kind of fudged the pattern a little bit to try and incorporate this Celtic knot as the cable design. And this is where we're at. So I did 1x1 rib for the cuff, and I folded it over, and it just looks so plush and cozy, and it really is so squishy and just like delicious. I'm keen to use this yarn for something else. I think it'd make a great sweater as well. It's beautiful fabric that it's creating, especially in the stockinette. I really like. So yeah, I'm kind of fudging the pattern. Yeah, I wasn't enjoying the existing pattern. It is beautiful. The cables were really nice, but they were just not that enjoyable to work up. So I'm doing my own. And yeah, I love how this yarn is looking so far. So that's all the knitting that I did. That was kind of during the week. I didn't knit at all this weekend, again, because Cal and I were just spending time together, which was really nice. But I do have a night shift tonight, so I'm going to take this one with me. I don't know what ward I'll be working on yet, but hopefully I'll have a little bit of time to work on these, or maybe even the Sophie shawl would be good to take as well. But in terms of the tattoo expo, I did get 2 new tattoos. I had booked in, I think I told you I had booked in with somebody, Luke Etherton from Carlisle Tattoo. Carlisle Tattoo is in St Kilda here in Melbourne, and I've been meaning to get out there and book in with some of their artists out there, but just never got around to it. So took the opportunity whilst they were all there to have a look and book in with Luke. And he mainly does trad style tattoos, and I kind of gave him the idea of what I wanted, which was a sword from Lord of the Rings, the sword Narsil, or at least the hilt and the first part of Narsil tattooed, and it's on my leg, and it's not very glamorous to try and show you, so I might put in some pictures or some b-roll or something to show you. But I absolutely love it. I wanted it in his style. I've seen some trad style daggers that he's done before, and I wanted it in his style, so that's what he created for me, which was awesome. And then I wanted to get some words tattooed, so I just sent those to him, and he picked a font, and here we are. I will show you this one properly. It says, "As above, so below," in this like gothic text. So yeah, those are the tattoos I got done. I was planning on getting a flash tattoo done as well, because these actually didn't take too long. These took maybe 2 hours. So I was planning on getting some flash as well, and we walked around, but I was starting to feel really like overstimulated and just a little bit like, I don't want to be here anymore, which was unfortunate, but I don't want to pick a tattoo that's going to be permanently on my body when I'm feeling that way. I was just getting a bit overwhelmed, like I don't know which tattoo I want to get another tattoo, but the music was loud and there was flashing lights and there was a smoke machine. There was a pole dance performance, which was awesome. It was from one of my favorite pole artists of all time, Bethany Finlay, and I absolutely love her. She is incredible, so incredibly strong, so cool. I want to be her one day. So to see her performing was such a surprise and so awesome. But yeah, it was all a bit overwhelming. So we walked around for a while, for a couple hours, which was really good. But then, yeah, we went and got some lunch from Five Guys and came home. So yeah, that was the weekend, and that's week 1 of Vlogmas. I feel like this week has gone really slowly. Like really slow. I think it's just because work and everything that I've been getting up to, it's been a lot. But it's been a joy. I've had so much fun this week, and this vlog has been so fun to edit. The last thing I have to edit is the footage from this weekend and this clip. And I think it's going to be over an hour. So I hope that's okay, and I hope you enjoyed a nice long vlog. I know it's pretty massive, but that's just what happens with the weekly vlogs. Sometimes there'll be heaps, and then, you know, next week's vlog might only be half an hour. Who knows? We'll just have to see. But that's week 1. I think I'm going to sign off here because, as I said, I have work tonight. So I am going to finish up this edit, start the upload, and then have a bit of a nap before I have to head off to work. But thank you so much for joining me. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much. It means the absolute world to me. And I hope you had a good time. I hope you got some crafting done, or if I was on in the background, I hope you got done whatever you were doing. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow, but you will see me next week with week 2 of Vlogmas for 2025. Sending all my love. I hope you're safe and well wherever you are. I hope you're enjoying this festive season so far, and I will chat to you soon. Bye.